Howdy, childrens. I am the great Zamboni. I've been watching some hockey of all things. At least I wasn't watching curling. Anyway, yeah, they used to make us wait up in Canada all the time for the curling matches to get over with before they would raise the screen and reveal the big massive hysteria that was whatever band I was in. Okay, so yeah, here we got the Stu Hamm bass, the Washburn. It's called the Hammer. Okay, this is the SHB 35, Stu Hamm bass 35. Okay, this is 2013, came out at the NAMM show in 2011. They quit doing them in 2015. How do I know what year it is and where it came from? Right there, serial numbers. The S will let you know that it came from the Samick factory. Then 13, so we got the Samick factory in 2013. So right in the middle of the run there. So it's actually the SHB 35 SVS is the model number of it. And I do remember like 99% of all these I come across. The SVS is actually a silver sparkle thing. Silver SV, then S again for sparkle. It's not a sparkle finish. This is just a metallic at best, as you can tell. There you go. I mean, it's pretty. It'll hit some lights. So here's everything. It's very ergodynamic, meaning that it matches every contour of what you have. Typical J-bass pickups. Volume, volume. Boink, boink. Tone, tone. Boink, boink. About a medium mass bridge. Nice bridge to mess with. It was a breeze to set up when I got it in. 24 frets. You got maple on the back, rosewood on the front, basswood body, just like Eddie Van Halen or Steve Vai or anybody else. Basswood's the big thing. It's not just for cheap guitars. It's amazing wood. 34-inch scale, typical stuff, 5 strings. Still got the plastic on the old back here. I got this and it was brand spanking new in the box, new old stock, just had never been sold yet. And there's this here again, this is SHB, Stu Hamm bass, the 35, and they have the 30, which is the 4-string version. 35 means the 5-string version. Okay, and there were about 5 different basses released via Washburn for the whole thing, but Stu Hamm usually uses a big old, that's his trademark, is a big humbucker right here. Then pickup back here in the back that he hardly ever uses. So he likes that big humbucking sound, which is very different than what this is. I was looking for a jazz bass and I wanted something that was not a Fender this time. So I got this. And for the price of $119 delivered. That's right. 4-string back then from all the places were $2.99. This was $3.49. So $119 shipped to my door, brand spanking new, never touched. Can't beat that. Not everybody, I had a guy online that I teach my Skype lessons to. He's like, how come you keep getting cheap stuff? It's like, I'm not getting cheap stuff, I'm just getting stuff cheap. Okay, so this is a great sounding bass. I would use it anywhere and just as much as anything else. I can't say that it sucks worse than anything I have, or is any. It is better than a few that I have here, so I will get rid of a couple and keep this one instead, because it's just a better sounding and feeling bass. Some people say, oh, they play better. Playing better has nothing to do with if you're going to keep it. You can make any instrument play like you want to, but it can feel better. You know, it's just like the neck feels better. But as far as how it plays, that's up to you. So quit using that little comment there. I don't know, it just plays better than the other ones. It's like you can make any instrument play amazing. There's no way you can't. And then again, like today, these days, you know, they just make instruments like this that you can have for such a low price, and they smoke the heck out of all the old stuff that you used to have to pay a fortune for. You know, you definitely have your old gems that came from some really odd places, you know, from Aria Pro and stuff, but Washburn was right there in the thick of everything. So anyway, again with the Washburn, heck, I've got 13 different Washburn guitars here. Even one of my banjos is a Washburn. I always tell people when it comes to acoustics, go grab a Washburn. I've got like 8 acoustics Washburns and then 4 more electric Washburns over here. They're all the pop top models. And then I've got 2 more down here. See the Washburn, what do they call that? Force 3s. Love those. Those are awesome. So I've got more Washburns than you guys think. So again, silver sparkle? No. This is silver sparkle. This is my Strat thingy I tossed together, my very expensive Strat thingy up at the parts caster. This one, that's silver sparkle. Okay, I even bought me finally online. I got me a genuine Paul Stanley PS10 Christmas tree decoration down there to go with all the other mirror stuff on that. So it's turning out groovy. If I can find a plexi or a mirror like F-hole to put on here that's mirror looking, I think that would kind of set it off. Okay, so this bass is what it is. I love the fact that it is that bolt on. Thank you. Okay, so let's plug this sucker in. It's got all the sounds in the world, and it's the first instrument other than active basses that actually I am enjoying playing with all the knobs on. For different sounds all over the place, and I will leave them on there for songs, and it's like I don't do that. I always leave everything wide open, and that's the way it just stays. But with this bass, see what we got here. Okay, it is just clean sounding as all get out. Okay, great looking axe too. It does not look like a Fender. No pick guard. I hate pick guards. If you have a pick guard on any instrument and it actually has marks on it, you're playing your instrument wrong. You should never get a mark on your instrument. Otherwise, you're just I'll say it. You're just playing it wrong. No need to be that way, or you're just in a punk band and you're a punk and you're just tearing shit up just so you can look cool on stage. But there's no reason to ever even get a single mark on your instrument. Okay, so the low B on this thing, it has a nice growl and is nice and level in volume. So it's right there for you. Get the old pick out here. Okay, so there you go. Now what I was talking about with these pots and knobs and everything, they're quiet as a church mouse, but they're actually voiced to where they do something nice instead of something. They don't take away from everything, even though they are minusing frequencies. They are taking away good frequencies, and those frequencies are always able to be put back in. It's not like it just leaves you with a crappy tone. It's not like when you roll these off, all the good stuff goes away with it. It's like having 3 or 4 basses here. Finally, it's just all the tones are useful. So let's go to just this pickup. And the tone. I'm turning it up about 1/4, so on like 3. Okay, so just really nice. Okay, so now let's turn on just the jazz pickup. Jazz pickup, the rear jazz pickup. Okay, now this gets useful. So you can hear the hum from single coils, put them together, and quiet as a church mouse, so it works perfect. It's just that little 1/4 of the way up from off. Now you get in a spot like that, and then I usually like to just turn in this front pickup just a little bit. Okay, so it's just nice to have all that to mess with, and it's not active, and everything is totally usable. So I'm really digging the bass. People are like, is it neck heavy? No guitar is neck heavy, period. It's just they put the strap buttons in the wrong place. People's like, my SG dives. Well, it's because Gibson sucks and they don't have some guy just put the strap buttons where it works out. So no, I mean, it doesn't go anywhere. It's a great bass, and for $119, it's a stupid. Of course, nobody else will get it for that. I hope you do, because it's holy crap worth it. But yeah, watch Stu. He's got like an hour and 45 minutes of him playing this whole line of these hammer basses, the Washburn hammer, on YouTube here, and he plays this one here for a while too. And it's funny because when he's playing it, and it's the one he plays for the least amount of time is this one, it just sounds to me so much better than all the others. It's like he can't wait to put it down and get his big humbucker there in, but this just was the best sounding bass of the whole Washburn line when he was playing it, to my ears anyway. It was just phenomenal. So anyway, I love it. And again, 24 frets, and again, it doesn't look like every other bass out there. You know, sure, it looks like an elongated, everything like it does, but Washburn's been putting out some really ugly guitars over the past few years, so it was nice to see this, and again, not to have a flippin' pick guard anywhere, and to have a bright color. You know, even though it's silver, it's not quite white, but I'm really liking bright colors these days. You know, just again, I did not get into music to be ignored, so I like the bright colored axes, and you can see this from the back of an arena instead of some guy with his old black Les Paul custom. You know, you can't see him, you know, from the second row back. So I really do enjoy the bass quite a bit. It's Groovy approved, you know, so like I said, I would gig it anywhere and not take anything else. There's no reason to have anything more than this. I can't imagine needing more than this. And these are disposable axes that are amazing, and that's what has happened in the last 20 years. Or they're making great axes that you can throw away or break them and throw them in the audience, but yet play them the entire tour and then break them and throw them out there. But then again, they're as good as your old Olympics and your Moonstones and crap like that. But they only weigh, you know, 8 pounds instead of 14 pounds. So it's a beautiful, beautiful instrument. And again, all the contours feel so great instead of a big chunky monkey 73 precision, all ash like I used to have. You know, it's like, no, this is very, very impressive to me. And again, like I said, it's just the fact that I was looking so hard for a jazz to find just the right one, but without the flippin' pick guard. So I was looking again at the Aerodynes, which are always wonderful. I was going to get the Dolphin Gray. It's really hard to find Fender Japan now since they kind of went away last year. They're there, you just can't find them. They're under a whole different name. But that's something else. So you wonder why you haven't seen the Fender Japanese guitars in this past year. Real good reason for that. It's the whole Fuji Gen brand name thing now. I'll tell you about it later. Anyway, so there you go. The SHB 35 5-string Washburn, again, discontinued in 2015. This is 2013. They started in 2011 at the NAMM show, so probably 2012 got out to everybody's hands. But if you could find one of these, yeah, definitely pick it up if it's in your price range, and I guarantee it's amazing playing because I set it up. It sounds great, it feels great, and it's a solid instrument. And again, it's basswood, which is not a bad thing. I'm glad that basswood is so plentiful, and it makes for all of these little Squier guitars or $50 guitars, and it makes for the actual Steve Vai gems for, you know, 3, 4, 5,000 in the Prestige line, or Eddie Van Halen's ones for a few thousand. It's still all basswood. It's just more plentiful, and it has nothing. Of course, the tones are no different, otherwise everybody would be freaking out. Again, basswood is your friend. Some people might put like a thin maple top on it so it maybe don't get dented as easily if you're worried about such things. But if you actually play fairly safe, there's no worries anyway, unless you're just a total frippin' maniac and are tearing your instruments up for the sake of tearing them up. You don't need any kind of extra protection. So awesome axe, man. I couldn't ask for a better deal. I was, you know, on things like that you always wonder until it gets there, and holy crap, it just came right to life. You know, it felt like crap when it got here, but as soon as I set it up, it's like, there it is, and that's amazing. So it's a keeper, kids. Once again, Dr. Groovy Scott Grove, groovymusiclessons.com. If you guys want any Skype lessons, let me know. And you can hit me up over there at, where is that? Groovy Lessons at AOL.com, and hook you up over there. take half-hour or hour Skype lessons, or if anybody just wants to come and yap at me and, you know, not have lessons but just talk because you'd like to talk sometime and not have to worry about chats or anything, hey, just sign up and say, hey, when you gonna be around, and we'll just get together and talk and shoot the crap and jam together for free. You know, I don't mind, you know, at all, not a bit. So you guys be groovy. I will see you very soon. Got lots of guitars, lots. Coming in tomorrow and all next week. Not just a few, but lots, and there's a reason for it. And I will divulge that very shortly. So later, kids. Bye.